What is up, everybody? Welcome to Good Morning Football. We are live in New York City. It's Friday, August 3rd, 23rd, and my name is Colleen Wolfe, everybody, alongside the whole crew. We got Nate Burleson, we got Peter Schrager, and we got Kyle Brandt. Hello.
Wait, guys. We got Colleen Wolfe.
Yes, I love it. This is the first time that we've all been together on
Thanks
the show.
for being. It's a Thursday night football, but we do a nice program here. Thank you.
Wow.
Colleen is, as we know, the host of the Thursday Night Football Show. Also, Good Morning Football Weekend. Happy to join you. Kay is out today, but we are along for the 3-hour ride.
Yeah, it's the maiden voyage together. Kay will be back on Monday, but for now, you're stuck with me for the next 3 hours. And we got a full slate of games ahead. So, Kyle, you ready for this?
I'm ready. I was born ready.
Take us to New England.
Let's go.
For the lead block.
Lead block. Panthers, Patriots. We got star quarterbacks out on the field. We got a lot of starters playing. Guys, Tom Brady, 20th season. Fine career he made for himself. Cam Newton, we have not seen him since off-season shoulder surgery. Guys, is this the Curtis Samuel year? Is this the year? Because we got a nice little pitch and catch out on the sideline, 13 yards. Cam looks nice. Now we're going to go to McCaffrey, who's also out there running around. They can't connect. It's kind of cool to see them playing out there, but, you know, you never want to leave them out there too long in the preseason. Cam, I like the visor. Oakley chic, not bad. But here we are, the 3rd and 10. First quarter, Cam's going to do Cam. Going to run around, pressure from Adam Butler of the Patriots, jumping up in the pocket, and he goes down. All right, no big deal. Or is it? Cam looked at on the sideline something with his foot. He would not return to the game. A foot injury. More on that later from his head coach, Ron Rivera. Never like to see that. Brady out there, though. Brady played a bunch in this game. It was some let's go, and we got Zolak on the call. It felt like a regular season deal. And look at this long throw by the old man to the sideline. That's right. Philip Dorsett, 19 yards. That would be Brady's longest completion of the evening. Let's go. Get up on the line. How about this? Tom Brady finds who? Rob Gronkowski? No. He runs it here, and he gets down. He's a 1,000-yard rusher for his career. Give him respect.
Got 1K.
Right, we got Cam running around. We got Brady running around. And we got Izzo. We got Izzo over the middle. No big deal. Gronk who? Jerry Jones would say that. Izzo over the middle. It's a great throw. It's a sexy throw. And it doesn't get more sexy than this. What's up, Devlin? 6 points up the middle. Cowboy collar on the shoulder pads. That's the ideal man right there. That's it. Fullbacks. 46. Brady looks glorious. What's up, Michael Bennett? Huge play last night. He had a sack last night, actually. 10-3, the Patriots win. But guys, Cam Newton, you see 4.6, 30 yards. What we really saw was him on the training table in the middle of the game. His head coach, Ron Rivera, with an update on the QB1.
He's in a walking boot. That's all I can tell you.
It looked like it may have been toward his midfoot. Did you get any kind of specifics?
No, I don't ask until I'm done with you guys. Then I'll know. You know, it can happen on game one in the regular season. So to sit here and say that, well, you know, if you don't play these games, then you play on day one. He gets hurt in day one. Then what do? You know, that's the hard part. That's the unfortunate part.
What do you do? Well, our NFL insider Ian Rappaport reported last night that the x-rays were negative. The injury is being characterized right now as a sprain, and more tests will be completed today. But when you guys first saw this, what was your first impression? What was your reaction when you saw it? He just got done rehabbing this entire offseason with the shoulder, and then this you got to worry about now.
It seems like every image we saw of Cam, every video we saw of Cam was him doing something that was related to an injury. I mean, this summer it was him throwing that towel, snapping it at practice. You're thinking, okay, Cam is getting right. And then he gets out there. He doesn't do a lot, but he does enough. He threw that out route with anticipation, just a little bit of a floater. Didn't put a lot of zip on it. Didn't prove to us that his arm is exactly where it needed to be, but it was what we wanted to see. What we didn't want to see is him on the ground being banged up. So Cam on the sideline, on the trainer's table, it just causes you to scratch your head a little bit. And if I'm a Panthers fan, I am concerned because there's so many quarterbacks that are playing right now that will be starters in September that will never see the preseason. So you almost think to yourself, was it even worth it, KB?
I think the exact same thing. I mean, he got 6 throws, and I hope those 6 throws were worth it. I defer to Ron Rivera. He knows what he's doing, but Injuries are frustrating enough any time. Did Cam Newton need to make those 6 passes? He's dumping it down for about 10 feet to Christian McCaffrey. We needed him out there doing that on the field, Peter, in the preseason.
Yeah, and I mean, it's easy now for us to say is here. Brady was also in till the second quarter and playing, and if he had gotten injured, would we be questioning that decision? It's a question of philosophy at this point. We know that Sean McVay has put these guys on ice. We know that Trubisky is not using Trubisky. I mean, that Nagy's not using Trubisky. Cam Newton is out there. He's a 6'6" quarterback who you think he could take a licking. That could have happened at any time in any game. The question is, what now? And Joseph Person was the reporter asking the question. Joe's been covering the Panthers forever, since Cam's been in the league at least. And he's with The Athletic, and he asked, is it the midfoot? And Ron is saying, I haven't even spoken about it yet, guys. But that right there, the trainer is a guy named Ryan Vermillion, who's been with the Panthers forever. Trust me, if this was drastic and it was like Cam Newton's done for the year, we would know right now. And Ian's tweet is very reassuring. I'm going to say they dodged a bullet in this one without knowing the full medical diagnosis. But this is not what you want to see in August. If you want to see this in December, that Cam is hobbling out of there, it's not what you want to see in August because, like I said with Andrew Luck, I'll say with the Panthers. Even more so with the Panthers because I don't know what the backup situation is. Derek Anderson's no longer there, and it's a bunch of young, untested guys. This team will only go as far as number one takes them. They need him on the field. So if he suddenly is getting nicked and getting injured in every other play, that is not good either.
Yeah, you don't want to see him with the walking boot and the top hat with the thing. I just want to see the top hat. I don't want to see the walking boot.
In the scarf, not the boot.
Exactly.
Kind of made it work, I got to tell you. Silver lining, it kind of looked cool. I mean, if you were trying to build positivity here, he pulled it off.
Walking boots the thing now?
Maybe it is, Nate. I don't know.
Pull it off. That wasn't the only game last night. There were 5 others. One of them was out in Winnipeg.
They pulled that off?
Sorta. Let's go to the game. Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Here we go.
Bombers of the CFL.
Yeah, great zoo, Peter told us yesterday.
Yeah, zoo out there.
What's happening there?
Okay, so there was a patch in the end zone that wasn't safe. The players didn't feel great about it. Before the game, they make a decision to shorten the field. LaFleur is talking about 80 yards is in the field instead of 100 yards due to safety conditions. And we'll get to more what that means later. That right there is Tim Boyle, the backup. No real starters were playing on offense for the Packers.
What's that, Khalil Mack, 52?
No, it ain't Khalil.
No?
Sorry, that's not. Take another look there. Here is another play. Tim Boyle looking for Trevor Davis. This is actually a beautiful catch. Trevor Davis has been on this roster for a few years now. They've been saying
Trevor.
He's got a shot at a Cal Speedster, but about the end.
Yeah, okay.
So those are the pylons.
Go! Peter, break this down for me.
We've all played Thanksgiving football. You don't need actual end zones. You make end zones.
The turkey ball.
Watch this, guys. That's Beth Mowens on the call. This is a Nathan Peterson
5.
pass. Break a tackle. Touchdown.
Wait.
Touchdown. No, he scored. He's in.
No, that's it right there.
They were being safe. Look, the end zone was something they didn't feel comfortable with. Derek Carr's going nuts. Bruins like, back up, dude, relax. This wasn't great news. Rashawn Gary, the first-round pick for the Packers, he did strike, comes around the edge, chases a running back, and he would go down and leave the game with an injury. We're waiting to hear the full diagnosis on Gary. But wow, they were super excited about him all summer. We hope that he's fine. Doesn't seem to be an issue with the field while he got injured. That seemed to be a simple football play. But everybody was talking about the field afterwards and this Canadian experience, including the star of the 2019 season of Hard Knocks with training camp with the Oakland Raiders, Mr. John Gruden.
It's not going to change the evaluation other than we didn't get some kickoffs and some opportunities in special teams, but I'm not going to make a big deal about the field. We liked the field. We thought the field was perfectly ready to roll. You'll have to ask Green Bay about that, but didn't impact our play calling or our evaluations. We just adapted, as they did, to the new dimensions of the field.
Well, we were going to have all our starters play, and just it was just one of those deals. I didn't think it was. We certainly have all played on much worse surfaces in our lives, but it was just one of those deals where they weren't playing their starters, and so we just decided to sit them.
Hey, you got to adapt. You know, like you just got to take what's given to you.
This wasn't the greatest experience for the NFL, obviously, and it wasn't ideal, but they did make it work. But to Gruden's point, when the Packers, right before kickoff, say, you know what, Aaron Rodgers and 32 other players will not be playing in this game, kind of takes the wind out of their sails. It just goes to show, though, when the NFL does it right, Hawaii, where there were fans for thousands of fans waiting for hours to get in, it can work. When they don't do it right, and it feels like there were some issues with with this thing, it could end up with an 80-yard field. But I continue to hope that we try these international experiments, although that was obviously not ideal for anyone last night.
And Winnipeg, it's the Hawaii of Canada.
Hey,
Is that true?
That's what they say.
It says.
I mean, of course, Gruden liked the field. I mean, they usually play in dirt, right? Isn't that actually sort of an upgrade?
Usually Mike Gallegos at second base.
That's what I'm saying. Where's Carney Lansford? If they're going to shorten the field a little bit, though, can we get Dan Cortez as one of the guest coaches right into like a 20-point basket? Nate, would you want to play in an 80-yard field?
Yes, and I want to adjust the rules a little bit. How about we bring some walls in and play a little arena football?
Talk about dasher boards. That's what those are called.
Shout out to everybody adjusting on the fly. That's what it's all about. This is football, right?
Yes.
They made an audible, and they made the game work, so shout out to both teams.
Preseason.
You have to do it.
You know, got to do what you got to do. I actually thought it was
Canada.
entertaining. I liked it.
Cool.
I
Shout
thought it
out
was.
to Canada.
We got to Venom yesterday. It was cool.
Yes, 80-yard
amazing.
field.
What else we saw yesterday? Wayne Haskins.
That's right.
Oh, did he get any closer to the starting gig after last night's performance?
Look at that P. I like it.
Okay.
The
100-yard field, too long.
event. I like it.
I'm down on 100-yard fields.
And Daniel Jones, well, his play is getting the attention of his head coach and a lot of other people, right?
Wait.
Am I right?
Are we calling him Danny Dimes now?
I saw this
Wow.
on the social media. Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes.
That's my
Is
nickname.
that the nickname?
That's not a bad nickname.
Good Morning Football is brought to you by Burger King. Try the all-new Impossible Whopper, made from plants and now available nationwide, only at Burger King.
Buckle up for some insurance theme fun at Progressive. Ride the totally realistic traffic jam. And the world's first never bump bumper cars. It's a real savings hootenanny with options that fit your budget.
That's fun for the whole family.
Only at Progressive.
Maybe an insurance park was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
Attention military service members. If you or a loved one used dual-sided combat arms earplugs during duty between 2003 and 2015 and then suffered from tinnitus, ringing in ears, partial or total hearing loss, ruptured eardrum, you may be entitled to financial compensation. These earplugs expose thousands of U.S. military service members to damaging levels of sound. Learn more about your legal options. Call Thomas J. Henry today for a free and confidential consultation or go to tjhlaw.com.
Tonight on NFL Total Access, Baker headline maker. TA's your countdown to kickoff for the Browns and Bucks. Starters on the field, Jameis on the spot. We're on the case. Plus, Tom Brady and Cam Newton tonight, 7 Eastern.
Yo, what up?
Derek, listen. The NFL app has news highlights, live, local, and primetime games on your phone for free. It's free phone football.
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 This is NFL Network, the place where football and culture collide. It's the collision of the GOATs and the MCs.
Tell me about the offensive side of the ball.
With the fashion and the food.
I promise you're gonna love it. Here, eat it.
Slammed in with the fans, the stands, and the 12th man. Mashed up with the music.
It's a real big culture moment right now.
And the movies.
I started watching the show years ago.
Mixed in with the X's and O's and the oohs and ahs.
Kidding me?
It's the fantasy.
You can steer away from Hopkins, but you can certainly take Adams over.
And the reality. It's the access.
People are gonna count us out every week.
And the attitude.
Say it to management or shut your mouth and put your money on the line.
It's the trash talk.
Gotta do it quick.
And the crazy talk.
Lamar Brick's out of pile. Let's go.
It's all here, all day, every day. Because there's no such thing as too much football.
Preseason football this week continues live on NFL Network. We got Browns at Bucks coming up tonight. It's Todd Monken's return.
Oh, baby.
Yay.
Monken.
And then a triple header coming up tomorrow. Cardinals at Vikings at 1 p.m. Texans at Cowboys at 7. And then Seahawks at Chargers tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern, rounding out everything there on the West Coast. And that's exactly where we're heading now.
Yeah. Can I put hand up for a second?
Yeah.
I don't know if I should admit that. I don't know who Todd Monken is.
New offensive
OC,
coordinator.
he,
New
I don't know
OC
who
of
that
the
is.
Bears.
Okay.
Was the OC of the Buccaneers last year.
Yes.
Fitzmagic.
The Browns, I'm
He
sorry.
made
The
all
Browns,
of the
He made
Fitzmagic
Fitzmagic.
come out
Now he's with
last year.
Okay, should I take a lap for Todd Monken? All right, I think I will. Yeah.
I mean, Monk, I didn't know Colleen was going to come
He
with
was
that.
the coach
Listen.
at Southern Miss before he
That
took
wasn't
the
in my
Bucs
show
job.
prep,
I love that
Peter.
you're actually
Come on, show your feathers, Peter. Come on.
You know it all. You do.
Big Todd almost got the Jets job. Had a good interview.
Yeah, so it's a
Monken Bowl
maybe
tonight.
it's a revenge game. I don't know.
Monken.
Will Selva, help us out here. What do you know about Todd Monken?
I think that he is a great human being, and I think he's a great coordinator. And the fact that Kyle didn't know just is shameful. KB, actually, take another lap. You disgust
I
me.
hear Monk,
You
and I was
disgust
thinking
me.
Art Monk. I was thinking Tony Shalhoub. I'm sorry. I already took the lap for
You
it.
know drama.
I know a lot of stuff, Will. What do you know today?
I've got plenty of news today is what I've got. Jimmy Garoppolo's preseason performance against the Broncos on Monday night was a forgettable one. It was enough to induce panic in the Bay Area over what is being perceived as a foreshadowing of the regular season. As the saying goes, tape don't lie. And that tape is one, obviously, he'd like to burn, and for good reason. 1 for 6. 0 yards, a pick. He didn't seem particularly comfortable in the pocket, but Jimmy G will get a chance to redeem himself. Head coach Kyle Shanahan confirming Garoppolo should play the entire first half Saturday against the Chiefs. Jimmy G says Monday night's game was a learning experience for him.
Yeah, I'm very hard on myself, especially, that night watching the film, the next day watching the film, and then, at some point you have to move on and try, you're still trying to correct those mistakes and not make the same mistakes twice. But, if you just dwell on the past and dwell on that one game, you're going to get stuck there and you can have no success going forward. So I think it's good to be hard on yourself, but at some point, you got to move forward.
Well, his former teammate Tom Brady was moving forward, literally, looking for positive yardage on this run. Thursday night against the Panthers, Brady getting the first down on the big 3-yard scramble. TV12 asked about how important it is to show off his wheels in extending plays.
To get a first down conversion on me scrambling, I'm sure the defense coordinator is like, what the heck? This is not, we got to stop Edelman. We got to stop White. We got to stop the run game. We got to stop, these great players, and all of a sudden Brady for a scramble. That's got to piss him off pretty good. So I revel in that. And hopefully I can do that, once a game. I think I'd be good with that. And if they give me the opportunity, I'll take it. It's just, I don't think it'd be much more than 4 or 5 yards.
Can't wait for those Brady scrambles on Sundays. Also, Nate, looking at that hat, better than Cam's, or you think Cam's was better?
Talk about the hat. Okay,
Talk
Tom
about
Brady,
it.
I see you. I don't know if that was shade, but it was definitely him saying, Cam, you can do it, but I can do it better.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Will. We'll check back in with you a little bit later.
Yep.
Let's get to these highlights, baby. I have some more for you. Washington, Atlanta, Case Keenum. He's trying to make a case to be the starter in Washington. He drops back, trying to make something happen, and he gets hit from behind. And once you get hit from behind, the ball is going to pop out. And speaking of my guy,
big man.
Takaris McKinley. How about that? I see you, fam.
Okay,
Get
Tack.
in there, Tack. Ask about the hat.
Takaris McKinley is the original Ask About.
That was his uncle.
It was his uncle.
An incredible hat on the red carpet.
Full circle, how we bring it here on the show.
I don't call him Tack. I go with Takaris.
All right.
Cool name.
I'll go with Takaris.
Formal.
All right, here we go. Dwayne Haskins trying to make a play. How about this, though? Back shoulder fade ball. Kelvin Harmon, 21 yards. That's a beautiful ball. Looks like a starter ball to me. How about that? The Redskins, they win 19-7.
NFC East will stay there because the Giants travel to Cincinnati. Andy Dalton's first drive goes back, looks up, a beautiful pass deep into the end zone. Touchdown. Andy Dalton looked good last night, guys. He marched the team right down the field, but he wasn't the only quarterback who played well. Eli Manning.
Oh.
Here we go. Drops back. Pass is complete. That's Russell Shepard for 19 yards. Manning would go 4 for 8 for 41 yards in his one series.
Here we go.
This morning, we're talking about this guy, Daniel Jones. Did fumble in this game, but this is an amazing pass. Connects with Darius Slayton for 27 yards. Guys, the numbers on Jones. 9 for 11, 141 yards. Through 3 games, he's 25 of 30 for 369 yards and 2 touchdowns. Here is Mr. Daniel Jones after his performance saying, Baker who?
What I'm focused on right now is continuing to
to learn, continue to take the right steps forward. And I mean, I think there's a number of things that I still need to work. There always will be, but I don't know. I think there's certainly a lot to work on, a lot to improve on.
That's what we thought he was when we drafted him. It's fun. About every 6 or 7 days now, I've been able to tell you that's what we saw when we drafted him. So I think he just has a feel for playing the position, and he's steadily getting better every time he takes the field, whether it's practice or games. And so that's what you're looking for from a young player, and certainly a guy as talented as Daniel is. You can ask me all you want about why I like him. I think it's time to start asking the people that didn't like him what they think. Quite frankly.
Hey, with a smile. Okay, Pat. What's up, Pat?
Assy, I like it. Okay, so there you see Daniel Jones this preseason. Look at what he's done there. 25 of 30. He's connecting on 83% of his passes right now. All that talk surrounding Daniel Jones after the quotes from Baker Mayfield about the rookie quarterback. But look, Pat Shurmur, he's loving the play of his young quarterback. How could he not right now? So my question is, should the quarterback's performance in the preseason maybe speed up the timeline of when they're going to start him, or does everything kind of just sort of remain the same and they have this cushion now?
I think internally the plan is the same, but I think it whets the appetite and sort of lays the groundwork for the fan base in a way that the last time they tried replacing Eli Manning was not done. When Geno Smith was put in for that Oakland game, fans were outraged because they felt like they were blindsided and Eli wasn't treated right. In this case, Eli Manning's playing fine in the preseason. He's going to start week 1. He's going to start as long as he can. But when they do eventually go to Daniel Jones, the New York Giants fan base not only will be ready for it, will be welcoming it. It's a totally different narrative, a totally different timeline. This is how it's supposed to be done. And if you're a Giants fan right now, you're feeling good about it because you don't feel like you're disrespecting Eli Manning and you know there's a plan in place. Good things in Giants world right now, and I don't think that was the feeling 3 months ago.
And that's just it. You said they'll be welcoming. And when you mentioned the Geno Smith situation, that was a true backup coming in to spell a legend here in New York. This situation is a lot different. Daniel Jones is brought here to eventually be the starter, to be the face of this franchise. And we talked about this yesterday before the game. If Daniel Jones comes out and he plays well, you mentioned appetite. Now all of a sudden the fans have a taste in their mouth. Now let's just say Eli starts the regular season, doesn't go so well. Maybe he's not playing well. Maybe the team loses. All of a sudden these fans, they're going to think back to the memory. Sure. What did Daniel Jones do in the preseason? And what we remember right now, he's one of the more efficient quarterbacks. He has composure, and I get it. He's playing against 2s and 3s. There's not a lot of blitzes, very vanilla offense. But from what we see now, this man looks like he has the sauce.
What Daniel Jones has done is shorten the leash on Eli. Shorten the leash. He'll be in faster because of this. But we can talk about that for the next couple of weeks. I want to talk about what Pat Shurmur just said because that's fascinating to me. The whole thing about, why don't you ask the people who didn't like him? Now, maybe that's a little premature, but I will say this. The Giants, Coach Shurmur, everybody for 6 months have eaten crap sandwiches all day, every day. Odell, the draft pick, it's just been a lot of crap. That probably felt pretty good to say, really good to say. And if you think about the Giants, they're the ultimate, most buttoned-up franchise who don't drop a lot of sound bites like that. You go back to the heyday, and it's Parcells, it's Lawrence Taylor, it's Jim Fossil saying this team is going to the playoffs. That was a moment right there because it wasn't just the soundbite. It was a little smile. It was a little twinkle in the eye. And it was nice to see that from Pat Shurmur, who's usually really flat. He's obviously all in Daniel Jones. And, we'll see how DJ plays out. But I like that for that moment. That was a kind of a tone-setting soundbite for the Giants.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are almost caught off guard by how good Daniel Jones is playing because they just saw and heard sort of all of the hype up to the draft, and you saw what he did at Duke, and he didn't have great players around him to put him in that position, and now he does. I mean, he didn't have an offensive line. He didn't have a clean pocket. So now he has that. Now we can see what he can do, and it's pretty special.
Yeah, and Dave Gettleman has been doing this for a long time. He's not putting his name on a pick if he doesn't feel comfortable about it, and I bet you he's home. He's either watching our show or doing something else, watching film, and he's having the last laugh right now because Daniel Jones looks the part now. We'll see how the season goes, but at the very least, so far, early returns are pretty good. We talked about Daniel Jones. Let's talk about Baker Mayfield.
All right, perfect.
On the side of that. Are we bullish or bearish on the way that Baker has handled his offseason? Oh, the youth in me says I love it, but the conservative in me says, oh, no thanks.
Peter, is there still youth in you?
Yeah.
You're an old soul, buddy.
Am I?
Yeah.
Gettleman in me?
Yeah.
He was an old soul at 10 years old.
We also had the Duval debut of Nick Foles, and that's my guy, Dede Westbrook, who had a night. The Jaguars playing the Dolphins. We'll talk all about that Florida Bowl coming up after this.
It's a preseason tripleheader. First, rookie Kyler Murray and the Cardinals square off against Kirk Cousins and the Vikings.
Nobody will outwork us today!
Then, Lone Star State bragging rights are on the line as the Texans battle the Cowboys.
Hopkins won't catch!
Wrapping up the night,
Let's go, man, let's go!
Russell Wilson leads the Seahawks into L.A. to take on the Chargers.
Cuts in for a touchdown!
The preseason tripleheader starts tomorrow at 1, live on NFL Network.
This is a Surface Laptop 2, and this is a real person named Mackenzie Book.
Hi, I'm MacBook.
So Mac, which laptop lasts longer?
Surface laptop lasts longer.
Interesting. And which one's faster?
This one's faster.
Really? Amazing. Which one has a better touchscreen?
The Surface has a better touchscreen because it actually has a touchscreen.
Oh, right. Macs don't have touchscreens.
You should get a Surface. Trust me, I'm MacBook.
Well, there you have it. MacBook says get a Surface.
All my checks are in.
All my chips are in.
And my favorite chips, barbecue.
And my car keys on my chocolate chip keyring.
Can't drive anyway, your insurance lapsed.
That may be so, but check this. Computer chips.
But now you can't get online to get a quote.
Guys, keep your keys. We'll insure you, but read them and weep. For a great low rate you can get online, go to the General and save some time.
Did you know you can switch to Sprint and get both our unlimited plan and the brilliant iPhone XR included?
Go on.
For just $35 per month.
Go on.
And it has a longer lasting battery life.
Go on.
And, oh, that's it. It's that simple.
Sure is. Jake!
I'm sorry.
If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI.
The Corona Hotline is back, and so am I. Let's go to the phones. Corona Hotline, Romo here.
Hey, Tony, every time I leave the room, my team starts playing better. I'm not going back in there.
Superstitious, huh?
No.
Come on. How many games in a row have you worn those socks?
5.
For a good game, the only game day ritual you need is...
Nachos for breakfast.
No. Limes and Coronas.
Yeah, I like that better.
Yeah, you do. Bye-bye.
Call now to find your game day beach.
Welcome to Roman, a digital health clinic for men.
Roman is accessible,
trustworthy,
and gets people the help they need from a real doctor.
All from the comfort of their own home.
I guess that about sums it up.
Let's go!
Welcome back to Good Morning Football. We'll get some highlights with those hash browns, the Ravens, and the Eagles. Carson Wentz, he hasn't played since week 14 of last year. But who's that guy? Oh, that's Josh McCown. What is he doing here? He was signed, of course, the injuries at quarterback, and that's Josh McCown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, when Josh McCown started high school, J.J. wasn't even born. Love it.
Wow.
How about that?
16 years older than that receiver.
How about that? And there it is. Josh McCown, you look good. Alex Ellis. Hey, listen, if Wentz goes down, we go. Josh McCown's going to do his thing. The Eagles, they win. But here's the thing. The Baltimore Ravens, they said the game has been terminated. The streak lives on. I'm sorry. The Eagles lost this one, but the Ravens,
I didn't want to correct you because I wanted you to just say that the Eagles.
Yeah, no, the Eagles lost this one. The Ravens won 16 straight preseason games. What does that mean?
That's insane. How is it? Does John Harbaugh try really hard to win them or something? Is there like Mercury Morris with champagne somewhere when they lose? They should hang a banner for that. It's incredible. All right. Banners, statues. There's Nick Foles. Is that kind of like your ex, Colleen? Like the ex-Eagle quarterback a little bit?
I still kind of love him. So I don't know how I feel.
We all do. And there's D.D. Westbrook. D.D. Nate loves those. Double D. Nate, do you like D.D. Westbrook? He was
a breakout player. 2D Westbrook.
That's right. My guy, man. And there's Hopper from Stranger Things for the Dolphins who throws a touchdown to Mark Walton. Peter, any relation to Bill or Luke or Nate?
Miami Hurricane.
The U? Okay, cool. How about Josh Rosen? Guys, I'm not kidding. This is a pretty awesome Josh Rosen throw. He's going to step up, avoid the rush, roll out, and then here comes the talent. Bam! On the run. Pulls. That's a great throw.
That's a nice throw.
That's a great throw. I love Fitz. I don't know if Fitz is making that throw. But Rosen did. And the two of them sit down together to think about it and talk about it. The Dolphins win 22-7. No idea how many games in a row they've won in the preseason, but the Ravens is 16. However, I know Josh Rosen out of University of California, Los Angeles, talked after the game. What's up, Josh?
I thought I made a couple good plays. Still definitely messed up a couple. Even 2 plays that actually were successful plays, I kind of messed up a little bit, but there's always plays to improve. I think there's a little more good than bad last week, but I mean, my motto has been making your day, next day better than the previous, and I think today was better than yesterday and last week.
It was for sure better for him. So now let's do a little more or less. Ryan Fitzpatrick and Josh Rosen, they made their closing arguments for the starting gig in Miami. So I'm going to start there. Did Josh Rosen do more or less than enough to win the Dolphins' starting job last night?
Well, listen, I'll say right out the gate that he did more, but the thing is, Fitzpatrick didn't do enough to throw the position away. I mean, you know, Fitzpatrick would have to play extremely bad in the preseason in order for him to lose that starting spot. But Fitzpatrick is looking good. I mean, he's in control, he's composed, he's been through it. At this point, this is pretty much par of the course. I'm going to go out there, not throw the ball away, and get my team down the field. Rosen, though, outside the pocket, using those legs, he made some throws that'll make you nod your head and say, okay, I see why Arizona win got you in the first round.
So will he start more games than Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Good question.
That's a great question.
You want to change the question?
That's called an audible.
That's called an audible.
Aaron Rodgers over
Can
here.
we do that?
All right,
Yeah,
so I'm going to go to less that he didn't do enough because I think Fitzy's got the job and you're not going to win it in a preseason drive. But to Colleen's point, I think at some point we do see Josh Rosen, and he will start more games than Fitzpatrick. I just feel like this is why you trade for him. You give him a shot. You trial this out and then see, hey, next year are we drafting Tua? Are we doing something with the kid, Fromm or Lawrence, if he's going to come out whenever that happens? I think I'm fascinated with how they use Rosen because I think at the start of the season it's Fitzpatrick, but you just traded for this piece that someone else thought was worthy of a top 10 pick. We have to see him at some point. Very curious to see what we get from Josh Rosen this season.
I'm already ready for your Tua excitement next spring.
I'm
ready for. All right.
You think I like Kyler Murray? Just wait till I start talking Tua.
I'm doing it. Let's do it. I'm going to say less. I'm kind of lost in the semantics of the question now, but here's the deal. Fitzpatrick will start, but Rosen will come in, and I know when. This is what we like to do here, Conley. We like to go to the schedule.
Hey.
Pull up the schedule, guys. Pull up the line. I can tell you exactly when Rosen.
You're lucky we're doing it in August. We should do it in June.
No, right now. The first 4 weeks, that's a gauntlet, guys. I mean, that's the Dolphins. That's a gauntlet. You know it is when the Patriots might be the most winnable game of those first 4 at home in Miami. And then you have the bye, and on the backside of that bye, there's the Redskins. I predict Josh Rosen will be the starter coming out of the bye because we know this about Fitzpatrick. Don't miss out on playing the Fitzmagic chip. He will always issue to every season where there's going to be 2.5 games where he's just Joe Montana.
He sets a record for the Miami Dolphins organization.
You can't keep him on the bench for that. Get that chip in, go to the bye, Rosen starts after the bye.
All right. I like it. I'm going to go with Josh Rosen, this way. He's going to start more games than Ryan Fitzpatrick. Because, look, I know what we've seen from Ryan Fitzpatrick. We've seen all of the magic before in the past, but I liked what I saw last night from Josh Rosen. I know it didn't happen in every series he was out there, but for that one series, he took the ball 99 yards, 13 plays, scored the touchdown. He was poised in the pocket. He had mobility. He did not look rattled at all, and that's what I like out of him, especially from a guy who's coming from a situation that was not great, going to another situation that is not much better at all. Yeah. So he's got that chip on his shoulder. I think he's going to start more games.
I like it.
Okay, all right.
I changed the question.
That's all right. That's all right. It's your world. You've been here a long time, Colleen. 3 segments.
Here we go. Okay, how about this one?
Get comfortable, Colleen. Sure. Do what you please.
Nick Foles, he saw his first action with the Jaguars last night. A mixed bag. Threw a touchdown, but an interception too. So are you more or less confident in Nick Foles after what you saw from him last night?
What is that?
All right, I don't know. Peter, get after it. It's a Friday.
Should I change it again?
Yeah, you probably should because that's absurd. Nick Foles won a Super Bowl against Tom Brady, so more or less it doesn't matter. The truth of the matter is this. The John DeFilippo offense looked really good last night at points, and Dede Westbrook is the guy. He was targeted 7 times in a preseason game. Earlier this month, I did my breakout players. I said Dede Westbrook because of John DeFilippo. The offense comes in. This is Stephon Diggs last year in Minnesota. This is how they're going to use him. Foles to Westbrook. It might be 80 catches. It might be 90 catches. I know we've got fantasy talk all over all of these shows.
Yep.
I don't think this necessarily fits into fantasy because I'm not sure yards. Dede Westbrook should be on your fantasy team this season. He's going to be very good for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Nick Foles will get him the ball.
All right, wait a minute. I'm going to go with Mo.
Mo?
Yeah, Mo. Just Mo. Because this is how I talk to my homeboys when they ask me about Nick Foles. I'm like, listen, man, he's not playing for the Philadelphia Eagles anymore. You know what I'm saying? He's not the backup quarterback anymore. And I don't need to be concerned about the preseason anymore because we know as soon as he gets to the regular season, late in the season, we know what Nick Foles is going to do. So I'm not concerned about what he does right now anymore.
Nice!
You don't talk to me and Peter like that
No.
at all.
You know, at the barbecue.
Talks to Foles that way.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Colin. Yes, he does.
Well, I'm going to go more. I think he's going to be in more games. I think that I have way more confidence, though, in Nick Foles after what I saw from last night because
Last night or last year or 2 years ago? Are you being a homer right now?
Listen, let me tell you, Nate.
Go on. What's up? Talk to me.
Nick Foles still has the key to my heart.
Talk about
Hey.
I can't stop it. I don't have control over this
I hear you.
anymore. And what I saw from him,
Okay.
I liked it. I liked the connection that he had with Dede Westbrook.
Sure.
I'm on board, unless they're playing the Eagles.
Okay, I got you.
So,
I respect
I'm gonna change the question again. I'll just say more confident. But you know what I took away from that game last night? Josh Allen looks awesome.
Oh my
Josh
God.
Allen,
41.
rookie. Yes.
Oh my
Seventh overall pick from Kentucky. We're gonna talk quarterbacks and all that, but this dude came out to play. Like he looks like a force.
You know what's funny, Kyle?
You got
Buck and Aikman are on the call,
Yeah.
and like you felt like Josh Allen knew that. Like, okay, the A guys are here. I'm going to show them something.
It's amazing. You still hear Josh Allen and you think, oh, the Bills? No. Josh Allen, the rookie pass rusher. Look how angry he looks.
Last play of the half, he made a tackle and starts flexing, and I'm like, it's a preseason game.
He's
awesome.
in. He's got a rash on. He's walking around like this. That's Josh Allen. We love Nick Foles. Josh Allen looks like a statue. I'm telling you, he looked good last night.
Kyle, you say that certain guys, they suffer from like the average name syndrome.
100%,
But
the
I feel
David
like-
Johnson syndrome.
I feel like he suffers from the real Josh Allen syndrome.
You're right.
Think about it. When we hear Josh Allen, what do you think of?
The Bills quarterback.
That's it. He's like, hold on, wait a minute. Nah, my name is Josh Allen too, and I'm a dog. And that's what he was doing last
Wearing
night.
number 41 at linebacker. I love this guy.
This is awesome. I'm so
You don't
excited
see
to
that.
see him
No.
play in the actual regular season.
Yeah.
But listen, someone needs a fantasy team name. It's not me, but I do need it. But look, this person right here, they like Saquon and the Foo Fighters.
Gotta promise not to stop when I say Quan. There it is. Done. Simple.
Oh my God, that's a really good.
I know.
Ridiculous at this. Okay, fine. And the Swiss Army knife, Eli Manning. Who says that? The Swiss Army knife, Eli Manning. Oh my goodness, he auditions to be the
Look at that block.
fullback.
Eli,
Yeah, pretty impressive.
get in there, Eli.
A little speed right there.
Introducing the Unlimited Cashback Bank Account by Green Dot Bank with one of the richest cashback Visa debit cards in America. Green Dot uses its own money to help you save up for the future by paying you an unlimited 3% cashback bonus when you make online and in-app purchases.
Wait, what? Everything on Walmart.com?
Even rides with Uber? How about Amazon?
I can't believe a bank would do that.
Believe it, the cashback you earn is unlimited.
And we never charge overdraft fees or penalty fees of any kind, ever.
Join millions of satisfied customers. Green Dot Bank products are featured at America's largest retailers. Go to greendot.com right now to open your unlimited cashback bank account. Plus, the Unlimited app comes with a Green Dot Bank savings account that pays a 3% annual interest rate, one of the highest interest rates in America. Open your account today and get an extra $50 cashback bonus. But hurry, offer ends soon.
Saving money's not too hard when you get to use the bank's money.
Spend like normal, save up like crazy with Green Dot Bank.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or a few years old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana and enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
Their Bernaise sauce here is the best in town. What do you do for fun?
Not this.
Oh, what am I into? Mostly Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Helps people find coverage options based on their budget. Flo has it, I want it, it's a whole thing. And she's right there.
Yeah, she's my ride. This date's lame. He has pics of you on his phone.
No, they're very tasteful.
Joe, Marketing Sales Director. Meet Tom, Director of Marketing Sales.
There's only one way to win in the corporate world.
Personally, I wish there were more ways to win.
Like how FanDuel's free pick'em game gives you more ways to win this fantasy season.
Agreed. Just make your picks every week for a shot at 10 grand. It's so easy to play.
Easier than laughing extra super hard at the boss's jokes.
Good one, boss.
There's more ways to win this season on FanDuel. Play FanDuel's free pick'em game for a shot at 10 grand every week.
Hi. Let's do this. I was training for the Olympics, and unfortunately I got injured and didn't make the team. I ate and drank everything in sight.
I did anything and everything that I thought would get me like that skinny, and it never worked.
And then I tried Noom.
Noom taught me how to change my habits little by little.
They say it's based on a cognitive behavioral approach. I just say it works.
Visit Noom.com and lose the weight for good.
All the games I've watched, all the miracles I've watched, I can't think of a better life.
I'm the only woman to have seen every single Super Bowl.
I can walk into Hallis Hall and look at our Hall of Famers and think, I knew all those men.
There'll always be a Rooney in Pittsburgh football. My best memory hasn't come yet. I want to get the Lombardi Trophy.
Preseason football this week live on NFL Network. Look at the slate of games we have coming up.
Would you call that the Todd Monken Bowl, the Browns at Buccaneers?
I absolutely would. 100%.
Leave me alone. That's it. What would you call it? The Art the Browns versus the Buccaneers. I don't know. I don't go 26 deep on the coaching staff, guys. Peter,
right.
Gotta get out, buddy.
What about Cardinals-Vikings? That's another one. Cardinals, that's their first road game of the year. Texans-Cowboys, and then Seahawks at Chargers tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on the network. And now we're going to send it out to our man, Will Selva, who's in the newsroom, holding it down in Culver City. What's up, Will?
All right, what's going on there, Colleen and guys? Well, Patriots safety Patrick Chung has been indicted by a grand jury on a charge of cocaine possession. The Belknap County Attorney's Office confirming to NFL.com on Thursday. The incident occurring on June 25th in Meredith, New Hampshire, is where Chung has a residence. The felony charge is the only one Chung is facing, and no other individuals are involved. Chung's arraignment is set for Wednesday, August 28th. The Patriots releasing a statement saying, in part, quote, "We are aware of the reports regarding Patrick Chung. We will not be commenting while his judicial proceedings take place." The NFL also releasing a statement saying, quote, "We will monitor developments in the law enforcement matter." In other news, Cowboys wide receiver Amari Cooper says he's not worried about the foot injury that has sidelined him for nearly 3 weeks. Cooper, who's also seeking a new deal, adds he would play tomorrow if Dallas had a regular season game. 49ers tight end Stone Cold Kittle, George Kittle, returning to practice. Kittle missing all of last week with a tight calf. The team is being cautious here. Head coach Kyle Shanahan says he would be surprised if Kittle played Saturday against the Chiefs, but there's been no final determination on it. And Steelers wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster is looking to prove he can be the unquestioned #1 receiver following the departure of Antonio Brown. This means being able to stretch the defense more. Juju telling the Tribune Review he's got to make the plays down the field and be a threat on the outside. His quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger, saying, quote, "I've never not targeted him or looked at him or thrown him a long ball because it was him." He did a lot of his damage playing on the inside, but there'll be a lot more responsibility where that came from for Juju now that AB is in Oakland.
He's got it covered, though. I think he's got it covered. Will, thank you, my man. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay, so with 6 games last night, there's probably a lot of things that you guys may have missed. I mean, look, when I watch a game, there's things that I don't see until later. I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize that happened. Sure. So we're going to run through some of the most memorable plays from the preseason week 3 so far, and we're going to score them.
Oh,
so
okay.
1 to 10.
Let's do it.
Get your whiteboards. I'm very excited about this anytime there's a whiteboard involved. Okay, let's start with the Raiders. 4th quarter. Nathan Peterman, he hits Keelan Doss down the sidelines. Oh, I know. And look at that, Nate. What would you call that?
I call it a little toe drag swag.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you score that play?
Okay.
That's all right. So
Is there a metric system joke we can make here with the Canadian stuff?
Yeah, feel free to make any joke.
Sure.
Please.
Not land, but
I'm going with a solid 8 because of the storyline. Keelan Doss, I believe, is a local guy for the Raiders, so everybody's behind him. They want to see him be successful. Alameda, I believe it is. And, of course, Nathan Peterman, everybody wanted to just put him in a casket after his first NFL game. So I'm going with an 8.
That's how you make your 8s, Nate?
Yeah, man. What's up?
I'm going with 8 also. I thought that Peterman was the big story there. This is a great comeback story. If you want someone to root for, Nathan Peterman is the living and walking meme of NFL fans. He's on Twitter as some kind of clown. Guess what? He's having a really good camp.
Yeah.
And John Gruden calls him Peter Man.
Peterman. Peterman.
So I'm going to say 8.
I still think Nathan Peterman is the ultimate GMFB guy because it's Nathan and Peterman.
I know.
It's absolutely perfect, right?
Whoa.
Yeah, his middle name is Colleen, too. It's crazy. I'm going to go with a 7, which I will upgrade to a 10 if Peter can confirm. Is Keelan Doss related to Ohio State safety Mike Doss?
I don't think he is. Great call.
I would upgrade it. Hamilton, can you double check that, please?
Number 20 in your roster,
Yes.
Mike
What do you got,
Doss.
Colleen?
Weird, Kyle. That's how you make your 7s? Hey, I'm giving this a 7 as well because I may or may not have taken a little bit of a shot at Nate Peterman in my rap that's coming up a little later.
Oh, you're rapping. Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to rap a little.
That's a
I think
team.
we're all going to rap a little later. Hey, definitely
battle.
stay tuned for that. So that was a really good play, and
right.
he does look a lot better than he has in the past.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Eli Manning. Check this out. He hands off to Wayne Gallman and then rolls left and becomes, a lead blocker. Okay, so how would you score Eli Manning here?
I score this. Life comes at you fast. One day you're winning Super Bowls. The next day you're lead blocking for Wayne Gallman in a preseason game. And I respect it, Eli. I'll give you a 10 for effort. Your jersey number.
You act like he's in the 4th quarter and he's a 5th stringer.
I don't know, man.
I'm also going with a 10 because this is jersey number. And he runs faster when he's lead blocking than he does when he scrambles outside of the pocket.
You're right.
But Eli, you know what? I see you, bro. You could have easily said, I'm straight and didn't block, but you did.
We once had a comedian on named Paul Viersey. He's a New York comedian. He's got a real New York feel. And he showed a clip of Tom Brady doing a lead block, and he said it looked like a man carrying a refrigerator. I think Eli looks smooth there. I'm giving a 10. If Brady was carrying a refrigerator, Eli was carrying a little handbag of nothing. I'm going to go 10. He looked good.
All right, I'm going with a 9 there for Eli.
You like this.
Listen, you got to give him the score here because he's starting to run. He's starting to pick things up because he sees the guy behind him.
I would too.
He sees Daniel Jones.
I don't know if that's a coincidence.
Daniel Jones, he's got some speed. He's got some wheels, so he knows he needs to.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Last one here.
Oh, what is this?
We got, here we go. Patriots undrafted rookie, Gunnar Olszewski.
Gunnar.
Really hoping I got that. Olszewski.
Boom.
Okay, whatever. He's returning the punt 28 yards, and then he trucks the punter.
Oh, my gosh. And he's heavily tatted. I like it. I like this.
I like this guy.
Me too.
I need a deep
Ooh,
dive
he does
on
have some
Gunnar.
tats.
Yes.
Number 9.
All right. I'm going to give this, I don't know. I'm just going to give everything a 10. I like a guy. I like Matthew and Gunnar Nelson. Anybody named Gunnar I like. That's cool. Wisniewski, whatever your name is, I like you.
Yeah, this was off the charts. I'm going with...
Off the charts. 11. The greatest play
Wow.
Nate's ever seen.
Great. Yeah, it's one of the greatest plays ever.
I'm giving it a 10. Gunnar, we're here for you, man. Hope you make the squad. Gunnar, go for it, man.
I got to give it a 10.
Hey.
I don't know if I pronounced his name correctly.
I know.
So, listen,
Someone
shout
will
out
correct
to you,
you, trust
Gunnar.
me.
I think
Gunnar.
your tats are awesome.
Yeah.
The tats are awesome. The return is awesome. Fantasy season is awesome, right? It's almost here. A lot of drafts this weekend. Don't show up to your draft with a bad team name. It's almost more important than the roster, and that's why I perform a service called the Fantasy Name Generator. Give me anything you like, and I will give you a team name right after this. You've tweeted them. I will deliver. I promise. And then we have the downer. Cam Newton left the game early. This sucks. He's limping around. He was in a walking boot, which of all his fashion accessories is the one we want to see the least. Ron Rivera doesn't seem too worried. Rap Sheet says X-rays negative, but we will get more into Cam and his injury coming up. Good Morning Football on a Friday.
It's a preseason triple header. First, rookie Kyler Murray and the Cardinals square off against Kirk Cousins and the Vikings.
Nobody will outwork us today!
Then, Lone Star State bragging rights are on the line as the Texans battle the Cowboys.
Hopkins won't catch!
Wrapping up the night,
Let's go, man, let's go!
Russell Wilson leads the Seahawks into LA to take on the Chargers.
Cuts in for a touchdown!
The preseason triple header starts tomorrow at 1, live on NFL Network.
Hello?
Dan, how we doing? Just following up on that NFL fantasy football chat we had.
Yeah, man, I'm still kind of thinking.
Dan, this Brad.
Dion?
How you like to have your draft party at my crib?
What?
And I'm barbecuing.
Sign with the official NFL fantasy app and get a chance to win perks like no one else.
Here, man, let me help.
At State Farm, we're challenging ourselves to each do 100 acts of good.
Carmen, please, receiving a beach wheel.
Coffee? 100!
Giving back starts with us. Join us at neighborhoodofgood.com.
Your lawn is a nightmare with pet spots and dead spots everywhere. Now there's GrowTrax, the amazing grass-growing technology you simply roll, water, and watch it grow. GrowTrax merges seed science with high-tech turf technology, embedding thousands of seeds into a biodegradable, high-absorption compost fabric that retains water so seeds stay moist and secure. Just roll, water, and watch it grow. GrowTrax absorbs and holds up to 6 times its own weight, so you water less. Get rid of pet spots like magic. Erase worn footpaths. Grow grass in the shade and under trees with ease. Watch as we place GrowTrax directly on concrete, and in days it grows like crazy. It's like grass seed on steroids, and it's award-winning and American-made. Get growing with GrowTrax for just $19.95. Order now, and we'll supersize your order to our large 50-square-foot roll at no extra charge. That's double the coverage for just $19.95. Here's how to order.
To order, call 1-800-897-2516 or go to growtrax.com. Don't delay. Order now.
This is NFL Network, the place where football and culture collide. It's the collision of the GOATs and the MCs.
Tell me about the offensive side of the ball.
Mashed up with the music.
It's a real big cultural moment right now.
And the movies.
I started watching the show years ago.
Mixed in with the X's and O's and the oohs and ahs. It's all here, all day, every day. Because there's no such thing as too much football.
The Black College Football Hall of Fame now lives in Canton, Ohio. To celebrate its new home at the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the Kickoff Classic will take place September 1st at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium from 3:30 to 7 with the Morehouse Maroon Tigers taking on Gold Jacket John Stallworth's Alabama A&M Bulldogs.
And this is going to be a big old show and a great football game.
For tickets, go to profootballhof.com/classic or watch the NFL Network Sunday, September 1st from 3:30 to 7. Be in Canton when the class of 2020 take their place among the greatest of all time. Official ticket packages are on sale now and include VIP experiences, premium seating, and parties with Pro Football Hall of Famers. Get your package today at hofexperiences.com. This is your chance for the experience of a lifetime.
Send anything you're into. It could be a food, it could be your favorite team, your girlfriend, anything at all. We put it into the generator, and I will churn out a fantasy name based on what you, my friends, are into. Ice cream, Britney Spears, flirting with celebs on Twitter, scoops, I slid in DM, Freddie Mercury, Patrick Mahomes' arm, and coffee, Bohemian Rhapsody, stockbroker, Cowboys, and rap, NASDAQ, Steelers, and 90s rock, Juju Dolls, Falcons, classic rock, G.I. Doctor, Sark Side of the Prune. Wow. That's me at work. That's me making a living. We got all kinds of laughs here at the table, but it's really no laughing matter. I provide a public service to the people. You can't think of a cool, wacky, pulled from the headlines fantasy name. I got you. Just tell me whatever you like, and I'll kick it out, fam. It's that easy. Why am I talking like me? All right, here we go. So thousands and thousands of tweets, people just sending nonsense that they're into, and I can tie them all together into a fantasy team name. If you tell me I like classic rock and the Falcons, I will tell you it's The Who, Leo Jones. It's simple, all right? I like Gwen Stefani and the Cowboys. I ain't no holiday girl. It's crazy. This thing is bananas. Let's go. Without further ado, what tweets do we have? Peter, set me up with something.
Kyle, I do this segment today with a bit of melancholy and almost nostalgia. I feel like this is the last version, so I want you to leave it on the field, all right? All right. This comes from the great Twitter handle, Kate Stop, won't stop. She tweets, need a fantasy name badly. I'm a huge Vikings fan, and I cannot get enough of Mark Wahlberg. Help me. Vikings and Wahlberg, Kyle, you're up.
I mean, Peter, I thought you respected my talents. I thought you were going to give me something challenging. I'm openly disrespectful. This is the easiest thing I've ever seen. Vikings and Mark Wahlberg? Let's get right to it. Let's go right now. I can do this easy, baby. Let's generate Vikings and Mark Wahlberg. Kirk Diggler. Done. Lock and load, Jack. Yes. Simple.
Can I get
Here. We're in the animation. Look at that. We got Kirk and we got Dirk. Mark Wahlberg disavows that movie, which is a shame. We go, rock and roll and make better films. That's right. All right, here we go. It's not sexy like it should be, Jack. What do we got next?
All right, Colleen, what you got? What you got for
Okay, here we go. So this is a challenge. I don't know how you're gonna do this. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
So Corey Van, best segment on television.
Yes,
I'm
it
just gonna make some stuff up and mess with it here.
Perfect.
So give me Eagles, but it has to be old school. Give me sci-fi and I don't know, camping. Go.
You know, I've sensed before that people might be messing with me, just making up nonsense, but that's fine. Whatever you want. This is easy. We heard Eagles, but old school. I'm going to think a quarterback, maybe even way back, maybe even before Cunningham. Sci-fi is simple. I'm also going to think maybe the 80s generation. And then camping is always the wild card, but I think I can handle this one. Let's do it. Sci-fi, old school Eagles, and camping generates. I got this one. This one's going to be tasty. Here we go. Tron Jasmorsky.
Wow.
I got it.
Wow.
Well done. Well done.
So good.
Tron is the sci-fi from the 80s. S'mores is the campy, and of course, Ron Jaworski, the Polish rifle standing on top of a graham cracker.
I had the Tron background.
Okay.
So
Well
good.
done.
What's up, Jeff Bridges?
Well done. All right, calm down. Let's see if you got this. I got another one for you. All right, we got another tweet right here. Ron Britton, ironically, it's a fantasy rookie from UK. I see you, Britton, there. All right, so he's a fan of the Jags. He loves Will Ferrell films like we all do. Barbecue foods. Hit me up, Kyle Brandt.
Wait, is this your burner? You love all those
Yeah, I know,
things.
yeah.
All right, Jaguars. I love the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's a friend of the show. He came to the studio before. I'm going to think one of the tentpole Will Ferrell movies, and then the barbecue. I don't know. We'll just make it work somehow. Let's go. Jaguars, thinking about the head coach. An old Will Ferrell movie and barbecue. Let's go. Generate, please. We got it. Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ribby Bobby. Woo!
Take me through it. I need you to walk me through it.
All right, Talladega Nights is the name of the movie. We did Talladega Nights, Doug Marone, the head coach, and then the Ballad of Ribby Bobby. I'm sure Doug loves ribs too. I love it.
Great.
Give me one more. Let me just put
One last
to
one
bed.
for you.
Come on,
Kyle.
now.
Okay,
Come on.
this is from. Let's go to the tweet here. This comes.
Peter,
from
I'm hot. Give me the ball.
LJ
Give me the ball.
Hey, Kyle Brandt. I love the Vikings. I love reality TV, and I love pumpkin everything. Kyle, this might be the last one you do for the season. Take us home.
All right, we like the Vikings. Again, I'm going to focus on the head coach, Mr. Mike Zimmer, who I love. Let's go old school, OG almost with the reality show, and then the pumpkin, we'll figure that out. Pumpkin, everything. Here we go. Generates, Vikings, reality show, and everything. Pumpkin. Zamerican Idol. Bye-bye. It's been real. See you later. Mike Zimmer, American Idol, and Pumpkin Pie. He gone.
I love it. He's out. That was amazing.
This is like a HIIT workout for him.
That was it.
I don't even.
High intensity training.
You need an inhaler right now?
Oh,
my God, that's amazing. Okay.
Kyle just left the bed.
Wow. We're going to talk about Daniel Jones coming up next.
The hottest new razor is taking the men's grooming world by storm. And if you don't have it, you need it. MicroTouch Solo, the hyper-advanced full-body razor that trims, shapes, edges, and even shaves with micro-precision. And it's totally safe to the touch. Go solo for full-body control with one tool. No nicks, bumps, or ingrown hairs. Edge beards and goatees with one touch. Clean your neck, barber shop perfect. And check this out. Snap on the guide to tame growth and perfectly shape your full beard. And keep new growth stubble trimmed exactly to your style. And look, the Solo Full Body Groomer trims precisely the length of hair you want. Snap off the guide and remove unwanted hair anywhere in seconds. What makes Solo different than your ordinary razor? Dual-sided German stainless steel blade. Shave up or down at 200 microstrokes per second. The Ultra Flex pivoting head contours perfectly to you for precise results. 3 custom grooming guides for control of exact length and shape. And a built-in LED light so you never miss a spot. Solo is so precise, you need no creams, no soaps, and no water. Ditch the old man clippers and toss the scissors. You've got to go Solo. Call 1-800-418-2839 or go online at microtouchsolo.com and get yours now for only $19.99. Complete with German stainless steel blade, pivoting head, built-in spotlight, and 3 custom grooming guides. Everything you see here for just $19.99. The all-new MicroTouch Solo Full Body Groomer. The one tool that does it all.
Don't waste your time and money at the chain store. They got the best auto parts. Brake parts, suspension parts, and dealer parts too. The website's so easy to use. The lowest prices and fast delivery too. All the parts your car will ever need. All the savvy folks are buying parts at rockauto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. rockauto.com.
This fall, NFL Network brings the history, tradition, and pageantry of Conference USA.
4th down, let's roll the dice.
10 exclusive games. Premieres September 7th on NFL Network.
What made that so real is he delivered on everything he said.
What they had was something really special. I'm all about the underdog story.
After that, I kind of went, if anything like that ever happens again, I don't want to miss it.
Catch right there by Golden. Ball throw over the top into the end zone. Caught for a touchdown. Trevor Davis with the catch. Brady is back. And he's going to throw it. For a set. Who comes back to his quarterback. And he makes the catch. Ryan gets rid of it quickly. Lofting it. And coming down with the ball is Justin Hardy. Foles end zone pass caught. Touchdown Westbrook. Rush coming. McSorley going up top. Good throw for the touchdown.
Ooh, week 3 of the preseason. I love it. Welcome, everybody. Good morning football live from New York City starting right now. It's Friday, August 23rd. Kay Adams is off today. I'm Colleen Wolfe alongside Nate Burleson.
What's up?
Peter Schrager. And Kyle Brandt. Kyle Brandt.
Should we welcome in our new host?
Yeah. Hey, guys, we got Colleen Wolfe. Jack London.
Thank you.
1 hour in, how do you feel?
I feel awesome. I mean, you just like stroked out giving some fantasy.
Pretty much.
So I don't know how you. I feel like I should be asking you how you feel right now.
I feel that's what I do every day on the show.
It's incredible.
Food on the table.
What a gift. My God. All right. Well, we do have some preseason action, and the Packers and Raiders, they were in Winnipeg.
Let's go to Manitoba, Colleen. Why not?
Your bachelor party was in Manitoba, I heard.
Bachelor party was in Manitoba. We had a blast. We played on an 80-yard field that night. Here it is. They played on an 80-yard field because there was a patch of grass that was off here in the end zone. The Raiders brass is talking about it. That's Gruden, Mayock, Paul Gunther, and that's President Mark Bedane. They're all discussing it. LaFleur is looking at it. Right before the game, LaFleur, who was planning on playing starters, says 33 players will not play in this game. Here's Tim Boyle, the quarterback, not Aaron Rodgers. He kind of slips and falls there. Is that the ground? Is that just him falling? We're not sure.
Peter, there was a weird patch of grass. The Raiders usually play on dirt, right?
It's true.
It's kind of
That's true. They usually play on dirt where Carney Lansford and Mark McGuire once played.
I was a big Dave Henderson guy. Ricky gets the headline. I like Dave.
Dave was more clutch, maybe. Maybe the greatest home run in the history of the Red Sox. Okay, well, there we go back to the end zone. Okay, so that's the pylon on the 10.
Just highlight it in.
Where's Nelly and DeBrat to come and hit some three-pointers?
It does feel very Dan Cortez rock and jock.
DeBrat was like Jordan out there.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Peterman throws it. They still think they're, but he's deep in the end zone by that point. Touchdown. It looked weird. Beth Mowens did a noble job calling it.
Yeah.
John Gruden's like, Carr, back up, dude. We're happy for Peterman. This was not a cool moment. Rashawn Gary, this doesn't have to do with the field. This just has to do with...
Fast he got off the ball.
He beat the defensive tackle on that one, but then goes down with an injury. This was a first-round pick that the Packers were very high on. I say it in the past tense. I shouldn't. We don't know the full diagnosis yet.
Right.
We will find out more. Ian Rappaport is working the phones as we speak to tell you. He did walk off, but not what you wanted to see. But it was less about the players on the field than the surface of the field last night. We've been through this as an NFL. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We went to Winnipeg, and John Gruden actually said, not our fault. Talk to the other guys. Take a listen.
It's not going to change the evaluation other than we didn't get some kickoffs and some opportunities in special teams, but I'm not going to make a big deal about the field. We liked the field. We thought the field was perfectly ready to roll. You'll have to ask Green Bay about that, but didn't impact our play calling or our evaluations. We just adapted, as they did, to the new dimensions of the field.
Well, we were going to have all our starters play, and just it was just one of those deals. I didn't think it was. We certainly have all played on much worse surfaces in our lives, but it was just one of those deals where they weren't playing their starters, and so we just decided to sit them.
Well, this will obviously be all over, a big part of Hard Knocks. So which part, though, of the game, of Packers-Raiders, are you most excited to get a behind-the-scenes look at when Hard Knocks comes out on Tuesday?
It's about the field. One thing that Gruden said right there, you got to ask the Packers about that. It's a very loaded soundbite. And if we just get a little moment on the field, they're discussing it. But, Gruden knows very well how to deliver a television soundbite, how to hold one back, did hours and hours and hours of live game broadcasts. That's a very deliberate sound, but you have to ask the Packers about that. I'd like to ask Hard Knocks about that.
All right, so we got a tweet from a fan, and her name is Scuba Sue 88.
What's Sue got?
I think this was per our conversation yesterday about the game she was watching last night. It came in at 3 a.m., and she says, dude at the Raiders game had both the AB Pittsburgh and Raiders jerseys. AB signed both of them. He's like, pretty cool, she says. And she also says, pretty sure Raiders will be rocking 84 jerseys because we had a conversation. Will those fans for Pittsburgh still rock 84 jerseys when they see AB?
Yeah, Peter was ready to fight you yesterday.
Yeah, he was. And I think it's cool, though, because I would like to see this. Hopefully, the 1,000 cameras that Hard Knocks has surrounding the team, they catch Antonio Brown signing autographs for a fan that has both of these jerseys.
Oh, wait, that was your big takeaway, that Antonio Brown is a swell guy? What are you talking about?
That's what I want to see on Hard Knocks. That's
Okay,
what I want
so
to
what do you want to see?
What do you want to see? I want to hear about the field. Peter, I played on soggy fields before.
Let's go back to Antonio Brown then. So what do you want to see on Hard Knocks that he's signing out? Because I feel like Hard Knocks has done a pretty good job polishing Antonio Brown this season.
I want to see him signing an autograph for a fan that is still rocking with Pittsburgh and rocking with Antonio Brown, because we talked about it yesterday. Antonio Brown should move on from his ex, but he is still attached to his ex just like they are to him. So having that moment with the background music, the slow motion signing of both jerseys, I feel it's going to put things in perspective for all of us. It's okay to occasionally talk about your ex.
What's that called? Bonus night? Yeah, right? Bonus night?
You can be friends with benefits with your ex if everything's copacetic.
Sure. Nate, I think we got to go a long way here to give Antonio Brown more discussion. To me, and he's just the ultimate teammate. I'm going to go in further, though. I'm going to say with the Hard Knocks, there's a little dance going on right now with NFL Films, with the Raiders, and with HBO Sports.
Yeah?
Because
What's that?
Rich Eisen calls it the Gruden goalie. And let me explain what the Gruden goalie is. Gruden gets final edit on what is seen and what's not. This does not look great for the NFL that they had to shorten the field. But Gruden seems a little peeved right here that the Packers pulled their starters. So to Kyle's point, I want to know what those discussions were, because Gruden wouldn't come out and say, you can ask the Packers. We were ready to play. We brought our guys, all this stuff. It seems like there is an interesting dance going on here, and that Gruden might be a little peeved with the other coach, Matt LaFleur, and the NFL as a whole for what this situation was, because as goofy as it was and all that stuff, that's not a great fan experience for the fans in Winnipeg. That's not a cool experience for the Raiders who traveled. It's not a good experience for the Packers who traveled. They went up there, the Packers couldn't get a dress rehearsal in. Let's see what this reality show can show us, if it is a reality show at all.
Hey, give me some Nate Peterman. Gruden loves Nate Peterman. And after the game-winning drive, 210 yards passing, the touchdown there, 2 touchdowns he had.
Yeah.
Gruden is going to be so fired up in that locker room. He was on the sidelines. Imagine what that sound bite is going to be like.
The Peterman. With respect to Nathan Peterman, let's go to Tom Brady and Cam Newton. They played each other last night. It's an easy segue. Let's go. The field was 100 yards long. And Tom Brady was on it. First preseason action in his 20th season. Cam Newton has not played since off-season shoulder surgery. It's very difficult to say. But he completed a pass to Curtis Samuel. Who are we calling him? The Brooklyn Baller?
Brooklyn Baller. Is it Brooklyn?
Waiting for the blowout season for Curtis Samuel. Maybe it'll be this one. And McCaffrey, that was last year for him. Dropped it. You guys are debating boroughs on the other side of the table.
Brooklyn or Bronx?
I think it's Brooklyn. We have researchers for that. All right, more importantly, though. Here's Cam. He's going to do the Cam thing. We got the clock because he scrambles, evades. He's going to take off. All right, go, Cam. Go, Cam. All right, no, they round him up. Doesn't look like a very violent play, but he's limping. He's on the sideline. Ladies and gentlemen, he would not return to the game with a foot injury. Rap Sheet tweeted the x-rays were negative. Ron Rivera, a little cryptic, but maybe not the sky is falling. We'll get into it. Tom Brady out there. Looked pretty good, guys. 20th season. We're in our third season, I think, of this show. He's in his 20th, and I'm ready to retire right now. He goes to Philip Dorsett. That was his longest completion for 19 yards. And then he's going to... Tom Brady's running around and get down, Tom! Come on. And he does. 1,000-yard rusher for his career. A lot of jokes about his running ability. That's kind of his snap face now, the fact that he's slow. And how about this? Ryan Izzo. Nate, does Ryan Izzo get into the cookout? Just his last name is Izzo.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ryan to the Izzo.
That's what I'm saying. I think he just goes right in. For my money, so does this man. James Devlin right into the end zone. I mean, is this 2009, or is that 1981 right there? What are we looking at? Big old fullback. Moose Johnston, shout out. The Patriots did end up winning the game, if you're riveted by that. But more importantly, Cam Newton leaves the game. This was supposed to be the big unveiling, a new throwing form and a clean bill of health. Leaves the game. Let's go to the head coach, one of the great friends of this show, Ron Rivera, with an update on the QB1. Go ahead, Ron.
He's in a walking boot. That's all I can tell you.
It looked like it may have been toward his midfoot. Did you get any kind of specifics?
No. I don't ask until I'm done with you guys. Then I'll know. You know, it can happen on game one in the regular season. So to sit here and say that, well, you know, if you don't play these games, then you play on day one. He gets hurt in day one. Then what do? You know, that's the hard part. That's the unfortunate part.
Look, Rivera doesn't know. So that's it. Stops right there. All right, we saw Nick Foles for the first time.
Yeah.
But it was the quarterback battle on the other side of the field that got our attention. Ooh, spicy quarterback talk coming up.
Hey.
And Daniel Jones continues to win the preseason. I know.
Speaking of spicy quarterback talk.
Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes.
Love it.
When your hands hurt, you can't function. Until now. Introducing the new Copperfit compression gloves with Sure Grip technology to give you more power, more control, and more agility than ever. Copper-infused compression fabric woven into an ultra-lightweight performance glove that supports relief and recovery of sore muscles and painful joint stiffness. And new Sure Grip bands built in provide a strong, non-slip grip.
They relieve my pain. The support or whatever magic these things do, I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter to me what it is. It works.
Relief from painful muscle and joint soreness. Guaranteed or your money back. Call 1-800-228-0146 or on the web at getcopperfitgloves.com for only $19.99. Order right now and your shipping is free.
While I'm wearing this, I do not have any pain. I can use it on the keyboard. I can use my phone. I love this glove.
Ask for it by name. Copperfit Compression Gloves.
This is Fracture. Just upload an image, place your order, and it'll show up at your door, beautifully printed directly on glass. And this isn't just another frame, not just another canvas. This is new. This is a Fracture. Visit FractureMe.com and print one today.
What does it mean to be your own boss? It means you're following your dream. It also means you don't have a lot of time. Next Insurance is here to help by putting business insurance at your fingertips. Next Insurance is 100% online, simple, and tailored to your needs, so you can focus on what matters to you, your passion. Discover the business insurance trusted by over 80,000 professionals. Go to next-insurance.com and get insured anytime, anywhere. Get a free quote now.
The preseason is in full swing.
Let's go to work, baby.
Baker and the Browns
I woke up feeling dangerous.
square off with Mike Evans and the Bucks.
Touchdown!
Browns, Bucks, tonight at 7:30, live on NFL Network.
What are you watching?
The NFL app has news, highlights, live local
games on your phone for free. It's free phone football.
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 Free phone football. Free phone football. Honey, you're scaring me.
The NFL app has news, highlights, live, local, and primetime games on your phone for free. It's free phone football.
We're now going to Chicago, where it looks like football weather this Sunday morning.
This just happened with Cleveland.
Mayfield fires.
This is NFL Game Day highlights. Let's get it going.
Because I talked to him. He called up. And he got to go. There we go.
We got you covered from morning to night. NFL Game Day returns Sunday, September 8th, only on NFL Network.
7 hours of football start now.
Toledo.
We are loaded with every touchdown
Down the sideline.
What a catch from every game.
Unbelievable.
Every Sunday afternoon. Dives for the pylon, he made it. Move the sticks. Hello. With some patience and some burst. Touchdown. We were built for days like today.
Preseason football this week continues live on NFL Network. We got Browns at Bucks coming up tonight. It's Todd Monken's return.
Oh, baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then a triple header coming up tomorrow. Cardinals at Vikings at 1 p.m. Texans at Cowboys at 7. And then Seahawks at Chargers tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern, rounding out everything there on the West Coast. And that's exactly where we're heading now.
Yeah. Can I put hand up for a second?
Yeah.
I don't know if I should admit that. I don't know who Todd Monken is.
New offensive coordinator.
New
I don't know who that
of the
is.
Bears.
Okay.
Was the OC of the Buccaners last year.
Yes.
Fitzmagic.
The Browns, I'm
He
sorry.
made
The
all
Browns,
of the
yeah. He made
Fitzmagic
Fitzmagic.
come out
Now he's with
last
Wow.
year.
Okay. Should I take a lap for Todd Monken?
No.
All right, I think I will.
Borderline.
Yeah. I mean, Monk. I didn't know Colleen was going to come
He
with
was
that.
a coach at
Listen.
Southern Miss before he
That
took
wasn't
the
in
Buck
my show
I
prep,
love that
Peter.
you're actually
Come on,
doing
show your
that.
feathers, Peter. Come on. You know it all. You do.
Big Todd almost got the Jets job. Had a good interview.
Yeah, so it's a
Monken Bowl
maybe
tonight.
it's a revenge game. I don't know.
Monken.
Will Selva, help us out here. What do you know about Todd Monken?
I think that he is a great human being, and I think he's a great coordinator. And the fact that Kyle didn't know just is shameful. KB, actually take another lap. You disgust
I
me.
hear Monk.
You
I was
disgust
thinking
me.
Art Monk. I was thinking Tony Shalhoub. I'm sorry. I already took the lap for it.
You know drama.
I know a lot of stuff, Will. What do you know today?
I've got plenty of news today is what I've got. Jimmy Garoppolo's preseason performance against the